Someone once told me, I don't know what I'd rather have, an Achilles tendon rupture or a broken rib. And that guy's immediate response was, I'd probably prefer a broken rib. A few weeks ago was 1 year since I made one of the biggest mistakes in my life. And that was rupturing my Achilles tendon on the big island of Hawaii. Deciding to jump between rocks, slipping and landing on my foot in a way that was too much pressure and tore my Achilles tendon. In a few weeks, it will be a year since I went under the knife and had to have that surgery on my Achilles tendon to be able to walk again. This injury has made me feel down, in some ways depressed, because of the mistake I made and what I did to myself because I didn't take care and I didn't take time to really consider the things that could happen to you if you don't take it easy. Because I was away from home in the Pacific, I did feel alone, and for the most part I felt helpless, because the simplicity of being able to walk is such a beautiful thing, and you take that away, there's really not much you can do. Your reliance on things and on people grow to so many levels because you simply just can't walk. This is a physical injury, but it does a lot of emotional and mental and psychological damage to people, and it did to me. And this is why I've uploaded a set of videos on my YouTube channel, to be able to reach out to people, give them the information that they need, and how to stay positive and know that you're not the only one with this injury, and that there are ways to get through this and be able to be free and walking again. This is my video, 1 year post-op, and let's take some time to recap what I've been through. My injury occurred end of May 2017. For 1 month I tried to go the non-surgical route, but that didn't exactly go according to plan. I got an MRI and I saw an orthopedic surgeon a month later. The day after I saw that surgeon, he put me under the knife and I had the surgery that I needed to have. Why? I would have had to undergo a different kind of surgery. That was not something I was willing to do. After I had my surgery, I spent the week in bed in a moon boot with a soft cast. The pain was unbearable, but I managed through it. The most I could do was wiggle my toes and just ice on and off for the entire week. My 2nd to 5th week post-op, I was able to get around onto crutches with my removable boot. I took off my boot 2 to 3 times a day to flex my tendon up and down as much as I can. In the 6th to 8th week, I saw the most change and the most progress. Started seeing physio. I lost both my crutches, eventually losing my boot to being back in my normal shoes. My motion was still pretty limited, but I was able to flex my foot in normal shoes and start the chapter of walking normal again, with a cane. By weeks 8 to 10, I was starting to walk a bit more normal. I still had a limp, I still had a cane, but I was achieving dorsiflexion much better, my tendon was strong, and I was soon to be ready to be on my own and travel again and leave Hawaii. By the time 3 months came around, I have been in New Zealand for a month. I found less reliance with a cane. From the beginning of my injury, I had been in 4 wedges, keeping my foot like this. And by the time the 3rd month came along, I lost all my wedges and I was able to be flat-footed in my normal shoes. By the time the 4th month came along, I donated my cane, I bought a motorcycle, and I was able to live a dream and ride normally and explore New Zealand on motorbike. And even though I kind of did it a bit too early, I went on my first hike around this time. By the time 6 months came around, I was able to call a place home in New Zealand, and I signed up for a gym membership, not only to strengthen much of my body, which hadn't been symmetrical for quite some time, but also to re-strengthen my right calf, as it's been playing catch-up ever since I injured my right tendon. And between 6 months to now 1 year, I have been fully enjoying the ability to walk again and be free on 2 normal feet. It's been a major blessing, and there's not a day that goes by where I don't look down and realize that each step I take is a blessing. A blessing I took for granted at one point, but mistakes happen, I paid the price, I learned from it, and I'm happy. As I've said in my previous 3-month post-op video, my scar looks incredible. The physio I saw here in Auckland reviewed my scar and said that my surgeon did a pretty damn good job. My tendon is, of course, and obviously nothing like my healthy tendon. It's got a lot of scar tissue buildup. It is a lot thicker than my left tendon. This is something that was communicated with me by my physio. It did put me down, but it's something that I had to face and inevitably I know I'd be able to walk again, and that's all that matters. My right calf still is doing a lot of catching up to do. When I show people my calves, they can see a major difference between the two. It's a lot better than when I left Hawaii. If I do isolation heel lifts on my injured Achilles, it's able to manage the body weight. And that I'm very much happy with. I'll be quite honest, I've kind of slacked and gotten lazy in some of the exercises that were required of me in the far months post-op. But here and there, I do take care of myself. I do the exercises, and it has the strength that it needs to be able to live a normal life. Since I arrived here in New Zealand, I have lived the ultimate dream, and that is exploring New Zealand on my dream motorcycle. This injury was without a doubt a life changer. It's changed the way I think, the way I take care of myself, the cautions I look after, and what I do and where I go, especially as a traveler, because the dangers are far greater. I'm very careful where I step, where I land. I don't jump because jumping is what got me into this in the first place. It's honestly taken away from some experiences, but ultimately I am still very much an adventurer. Psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, I've become much more of an appreciative person in life. I don't take for granted the little things. I appreciate everything. Whether I'm out and about on my motorbike traveling New Zealand, or I'm indoors doing nothing and I just simply wanted to go to the bathroom without having to rely on somebody or a crutch to get there. It is truly a blessing to be able to walk again. I am happy to share this with the world, and I hope all these videos have played a role in helping you stay positive and be on the right track to recovery and being free, just like I am today. That concludes everything that I've gone through, and again, I hope these videos are helpful to those out there who are experiencing this life-changing injury. It sucks, it's hard, it's depressing, and it can dampen your mindset and hold you back from achieving the results that you want. But take it from me and many other people who have suffered from this injury. There is a way to get out of this. There is a way to get back on your feet and be able to walk again and be free. If you're going through this injury, you have any questions, you have any feedback, you have any insight, if I missed something, or you simply want to reach out like most people have done, I'm happy to share. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm happy to lift in your spirits, help you realize that you can get through this just like I did, and live your dreams just like I have here in New Zealand. I'm about to leave New Zealand soon, continuing travel around the world. And it was only made possible by a positive mind and a positive attitude. Cheers, guys. It's been a pleasure sharing this video and the rest of my videos of my journey to recovery. I am recovered, I am happy, and again, I am free. Happy travels, and best of all, do it for me at least. Be safe.